Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Whew. Welcome back to something a little bit different, something a little bit special. We assumed that we're going to be jumping into the lower bracket finals, but no, we're jumping into the lower bracket semifinals here in the House Galactic Battle number 3. Of course, I'm your host, VIP, and I'm joined by Kuro, and we're here for a best of 1.
Yes, we are, as we are still currently in the lower bracket. We are in one round before the lower bracket finals. I mean, some people call it semifinals, some people call it round 3, like there are different names for it, but either way, it is the lower bracket, and this is a best of 1 between these two players for the chance to fight Cristiano.
Yeah, here we go. And if you're in the chat, predictions are now open. Place your bets on who you think. Oh my god, as we do have some technical issues, but predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will take this best of 1. As a reminder, only one game. Oh.
Okay, do you want to know what the issue was?
Were they on the wrong keyboard?
No.
Okay.
No, apparently the issue was that Cristiano was the one playing on that PC before, and he changed the game language to Polish.
Okay. I didn't see the word Polish, so I assumed it was maybe like Polish keyboard instead of English keyboard.
No, because that's easy to switch. You just switch between them. But I assume he said that just that he changed to Polish, but I assume it was the game that was changed to Polish.
Okay. So we'll have to switch things up, but it's all good. We will be jumping back into the game. Again, it's going to be on Crimson Court. Interesting map here for the best of 1, as we are setting things up and getting things ready.
Yeah, so we will be restarting this map at the request of Gerald.
Yes.
Okay, chat, because I assume we have various languages in the chat. Which of you is playing in your actual language, like in your native language, if such language in StarCraft exists?
Yeah, it's interesting that Gerald, I guess, prefers English.
I mean, so do I. I've never played. I mean, sorry, I've played StarCraft in Polish, and I could not. It just didn't work for me.
Well, when you install the game, does it default to Polish, and you have
Yes.
to switch it manually to English?
I think it defaulted to Polish when but. Granted, I installed it when it was Wings of Liberty still, so it might have changed since then. But anyway, we are back now into onto our the English has failed me. We are back on Crimson Court, and we are looking at the first of our players in this best of 1. It is the blue Protoss player from Platinum Esports or Platinum Heroes. We are not quite sure as we see both logos there. It is ArT.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the Polish Protoss player, the red Protoss, representing Storm Gaming. It is Gerald.
I see someone saying that playing in German is only a meme. I'm trying to remember if I've ever seen anyone play in German, and I'm not sure.
Something that I can say is, especially because I guess I watch a lot of Spanish streams on Twitch, is that I don't think I've ever seen any of them with an English version of the game. They all play in Spanish. Yeah. Even Migs plays in Spanish from time to time.
Migs is different because Migs is memeing. Like he a lot of times he just has Chinese client. He just has Chinese voices.
True.
But like
True.
Yeah, I feel like Spanish is the one language honestly. Obviously Korean, like a lot of people playing Korean or Chinese and so on. But yeah, for like European languages, I don't know if it's that common actually. Like I feel like we're kinda used to just playing in English.
It's possible. As we do see ArT, he's proxy. He mines through the gold mineral patches. Now, there was a lot of effort to mine through these patches, as you have to mine through multiple of them, 3 layers in fact. But ArT does make it through, and it looks like we're setting up for a proxy Stargate to go for an Oracle right into the mineral line. I'm assuming.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't there a tournament where it was Gerald who was like proxying oracles like every game in a PvP?
Yes.
And it's quite interesting that ArT is now the one to do it to Gerald instead. And I mean, we'll see how that goes.
I think that was in a house open cup. I think that was in an open
Maybe.
cup where Geralt was proxying every single game against other Polish Protoss players. So
Mhm.
yeah, we'll see. We'll see if Geralt does embrace that once again, or it might have been an OC King. No, I don't think it was a
No,
King
no,
of the
no, no,
Hill.
no. It
Yeah,
wasn't King of the
yeah,
Hill. It was something else.
yeah. So I think it was the Open Cup. But for now, the Stargate has been thrown down. Meanwhile, we do have ArT. His expansion has been delayed. Little does Gerald know, though, that the expansion is delayed. Was going to be delayed anyway, as ArT did invest elsewhere.
Yeah, like, aha, I wasn't even planning to expand.
Mhm.
And Gerald for now does not know anything is going wrong. I don't know if he has been to the main base at all. I mean, he is focusing on the front here, so I don't think he was able to scout that there are some pylons missing.
Yeah, I mean, his probe did slip into the main, so that is a bit of a tell. Meanwhile, across the map, ArT does bust in. Does have 2 adepts. He is going to be denied entry into the main, but he's at least distracted and keeping Geralt busy while the Oracle is on the way.
Yeah, now Gerald is sending the things out, but it is a bit too late. But ooh, we have the shield battery in the mineral line though. Right? Is
Yeah,
that
it
shield
has just
battery?
begun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is going to be the shield battery. Meanwhile, Oracle dips into the main, gets 2 probe kills, but takes a lot of damage. Geralt was ready for this, was in position, and the Oracle doesn't get much done. The intercept comes in! Up!
Ooh, really nice catch there for Gerald. The Oracle does go down. The second one is on the way, but it's gonna be a while before it's ready. And now Gerald is completely aware of what's happening.
Yeah, he is aware. Geralt scouts across the map with hallucination, does confirm, of course, the expansion on the way and the follow-up tech. And with that, Geralt is looking solid. He's now fully aware of the Oracle, and he's ready now with the shield battery.
Yeah, the shield battery has finished. And he has a bunch of stalkers as well if the shield battery is not enough. And yeah, Geralt looks pretty safe. And with only one Oracle, ArT can't really do all that much.
Yeah, with 2 Oracles, ArT could have one-shot probes even
Yeah.
despite the shield battery, but now with only one, he has to rely on the stasis traps. Geralt, he does react in time, does pull away, and only the one probe is stasis. Good reaction here out of Geralt. Now can focus on his push across the map.
Yeah, as he took those stalkers and is going across the map, what does ArT have at home? 2 stalkers, 1 adept. I mean, not ideal, but the shield batteries will be helpful, definitely.
Shield battery is halfway done, Adept goes down, and Geralt is going to try and break through before the shield battery finishes.
Yeah, the shield battery is not done yet, and already 2 stalkers go. I mean, 1 stalker going down, the second is quite low. The shield battery is being focused and actually won't be able to help at all.
Yeah, the shield battery, that's a kill, not a cancel. The Stalker's getting very, very low as well, and Geralt, he is slowly breaking through, but the Immortal has finally arrived. With the help of the Immortal, ArT will hold.
Yeah, he will, but I mean, for now, like, I feel like Geralt will not stop being aggressive. Like, he is working on Blink. I assume he will be reinforcing the stalkers, but he has some other things to worry about in his base.
Yeah, as the Oracle does hit the natural, gets 2 probe kills, but that's a kill on the Oracle as well. Aye, aye, aye. Both Oracles have fallen. Not the best value here from ArT, and ArT is following it up with what looks to be the beginnings of a 2-base all-in. Glaives are on the way. ArT does take a 3rd, but is heavily reliant on these Glaive Adepts to get damage done.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do that. As once again, Geralt is moving across the map, 1 sentry and a bunch of stalkers. Like, the blink is about to be done, so he may be able to focus that Immortal if it pops up.
Yeah, exactly. Geralt does have options. Elsewhere than the force fields. He locks down the Immortal.
Yeah, first of the Immortals goes down. There's still a second one, and there are no shield batteries here whatsoever.
Yeah, no shield batteries in position, but the Stalker's taking a lot of hits. Despite that, they bring down the Immortal nonetheless. 2 Immortals go down, and Geralt is going to keep on pushing.
Yeah, and with the Blink Micro, he's able to take down most of the Stalkers. The Sentry is helping as well, and actually Geralt may be able to do a lot of damage here.
Yeah, he's going to be able to clean this up. 2 more Stalkers go down. There's 1 Stalker left here for ArT. I mean, Geralt doesn't really have much left to work with. The Immortal will clean this up. The Stalker goes down.
Yeah, the Immortal is what saves ArT here, but this was very close. And the Stalker survived! Like, it was being chased by a probe. 1 HP.
The Stalker barely does live. Nice control out of Geralt behind this, taking his own 3rd base, and now he's going to be reinforcing and pushing in once again. Now, the shield battery does finish. There's also going to be an overcharge available as the Nexus is done as well, so breaking this location is going to be a little bit more difficult, but Geralt has momentum on his side.
Yeah, he's not letting go of that momentum. He's also working on charge behind this, so Zealots will be on the menu as well, but for now the Stalkers just run straight into the natural base.
Yeah, they ignore the 3rd, they ignore the shield battery, they go straight for the natural. The Immortals are in position though, they're going to be able to zone away the army. That's still 2 probe kills, still value gotten for Geralt as back at him is building up, and is getting into his third base saturation.
Those Immortals are a bit adventurous, I will say though, as they are still chasing the Stalker army.
Yeah, they are on the hunt. At the same time, to Adepts, they do slip in between the bases, but alas, there are plenty of reinforcements, and yeah, these Adepts, they're not going to get much done. They are cleaned up, and now it's time for ArT to move out.
Yeah, what does Gerald have at home? I mean, the Stalkers were able to return. He also is aware of this move out because of the Observer just chilling in the middle of the map. He will actually go forward to meet it.
Yeah, he has to try to slow this down. Again, ArT is committed. ArT is all in. ArT has a third, but barely any saturation. He's not making probes, not making any more workers. 45 probes is all that ArT has. It's all or nothing for the blue Protoss.
Yeah, I mean, he has 2 Immortals here. He has the reinforcements as well with both the Pylon and the War Priest, so he will try his best. And I mean, Gerald doesn't have a robo. He only has gateway units. True, he has a robo, but like he doesn't have a robo unit yet.
Yeah, just a gateway units to defend. Meanwhile, it's going to be 2 Adepts and mass Adepts. Sorry, 2 Immortals and mass Adepts for ArT. He's slowly trying to break on through. Zelda coming from behind. Nice snipe on the Prism.
Yeah, the Priest goes down. There are still a lot of Adepts, and Gerald is actually focusing the reinforcement, going behind the army, but at the same time, ArT is moving forward.
Yeah, he's trying to break on through, gets on top of the Robo. Robo is almost going to be going down, but back at the natural base, there's a shield battery, there's an overcharge as well, and Gerald, he is barely holding on.
Just very, but there's still 2 Immortals in this army. The Robo is unpowered, and so are a lot of the gateways, but he blinks forward, takes down one of the Immortals.
Yeah, he gets one, he's going to get the other as well. Now, 0 Immortals remaining. It's only Glaive Adepts, and Glaive Adepts, they don't trade amazingly against Stalkers. Shield battery overcharge wasn't really much coming into play, but it looks like Geralt, he's going to be able to hold on. Does lose a lot of probes, but remember, ArT was all in.
Yeah, I mean, the Adepts are still here, and they are still killing more workers. 26 already down, and there are still more coming, but is it enough to take Geralt down? I mean, ArT is trying to reinforce this, but I don't think it's doing the job.
Yeah, we saw this earlier with with Geralt versus Christiana, where even though ArT did kill a lot of workers, and technically ArT has a greater economy, he's up to 50 probes compared to the 33 probes of Geralt. But the problem is the main army. The problem is that ArT spent his entire army to get harassing damage done, and now he has nothing left. Now this is his army, Adepts.
Yeah, and they're not doing too well against all of these Stalkers, as Gerald was able to remake his army as well, and he's just moving forward. Once again, there's no robo units in this army other than observers, but that is enough.
Yeah, there's 1 Immortal to defend for ArT and a handful of gateway units. Shield battery goes down. 1 Immortal is the only thing really holding the line for ArT, and if it does fall, then Geralt can break through.
Ooh, and Gerald just focuses the Immortal, blinks forward, takes it down, and it just robo units against all of these Stalkers. I mean, sorry, gateway units, my bad. And oh, another Immortal goes down though, but once again, Gerald does focus it down, and ArT's forces are destroyed.
Yeah, exactly. Again, ArT spent everything to harass GG, and Geralt will take the series 1-0. Will advance on to face off against Christiana in a rematch.
GG, really nicely done by Gerald. Very intense play there. Even though ArT was the one actually proxying, it turned out Gerald was the one just, you know, unrelentingly aggressive. And yeah, he takes the game, he takes the series.
Oh yeah, does take the series in the end. GG. ArT did have a spicy start to the game, but again, the Oracles were lackluster. They didn't really do a lot of damage. They didn't really do much at all, actually. And as a result, ArT was forced into an all-in and was successful when it came to killing probes. But as we saw, he spent everything to kill workers, which meant he had nothing to defend against a counterattack.
Oh, hold on.
Oh.
Is it actually a best of 3?
Oh, okay. I guess it's a best of 3. Never mind. Okay.
Oh, lower bracket semifinals is also a best of 3.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
There you go.
That's unusual.
Was that recently edited?
I don't know. I don't know.
It might have been, actually. It's fine. Okay, our apologies. It's gonna be a best of 3, not a best of 1. So our players, they have another chance to bounce back here, to bring it all the way back, and we'll see if they can on Dynasty. Oh, for the first time today.
Yeah, for the first time. My apologies for the predictions, but I was convinced that this is a best of 1 still. But yeah, looks like ArT still has another chance.
Oh yeah. It does have another chance, and it is a bit of a treat. So we have not been able to cast on Dynasty at all this tournament, as it is one of the most vetoed maps in the map pool. We can embrace it here in this best of 3.
Indeed. As we are now loaded into Dynasty, and in the top right corner of that map we see the red Protoss player, representing Psystorm Gaming and Poland of course. It is Gerald.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Polish Protoss player, the blue Protoss, representing the Platinum Heroes down in the series. We're going to bounce back here and now. It is ArT. I do see Frost in the chat waking up. I went to bed and Light was casting. Wake up, still casting. Yes, we have been casting for 10 hours. It's been a 10-hour cast so far. And we're not even at the lower bracket finals. It's going to be at least 12 hours, 100%. At least 12, probably more than that.
I mean, house typically is at least 12 hours because they play the entire tournament with a group stage and playoffs in one day, so it is a whole day event. Oh, as I'm being hypnotized by the probe.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't come into this assuming it was going to be 12 hours, so at least a 12-hour cast, could be more. I'm hoping it isn't much more because we have another 12-hour cast tomorrow. So I'm hoping that, you know, we're able to get some sleep. I'm hoping for some sleep, at least.
I mean, you would probably get some sleep, but yeah, not much else than that.
Yeah, so I'm hoping for a decent amount of sleep, but we'll see. Smooch. Regardless, we're going to be embracing our PvP here, and once again, it's going to be a 2-gate opener from ArT, likewise 2-gate opener out of Gerald. But one of the big features of Dynasty that we rarely get to embrace, because we rarely see the map, is that we do have pocket goal bases, which could come into play.
They could, but we will see if they will, because I mean, both of our players can be very spicy in this PvP matchup, and I'm curious if we're gonna get a more regular game this time, or if we're gonna plan something else.
Yeah, I'm sure ArT is going to calm down a little bit here, as we do see Gerald drawing his star. Was able to delay.
Yeah, but so is ArT across the map as well, as it looks like both of our players are choosing that front natural base.
Yeah, we are setting up for that expansion. We do see Gerald following up with a double Stalker, so it's going to be a little bit more assertive here in the follow-up. ArT forced to throw down tech. First, it is going to be the Twilight Council opener from ArT. Up.
Yeah, as Gerald is being particularly cheeky, even putting that Cybercore down on the natural of ArT as well. Neither of the players is taking that gold base, funnily enough.
Yeah, the gold base is considered to be unsafe in this matchup, so neither player takes the risk. I say that ArT will take the gold on the other side instead.
Okay, that's not what I expected. I'm not quite sure if Gerald has seen it with his Phoenix.
Yeah, he barely did spot it with the hallucination, and now it's going to be on Gerald to try to punish this expansion. We'll see if he can, as ArT did go for the Twilight Council first, so ArT will have the faster blink, he will have the faster expansion, and the gold base. ArT so far looking quite good.
Yeah, and he's putting pressure on Gerald as well. He does not let him move out. There is a sentry there and a shield battery, so he should be able, Gerald should be able to hold off this attack, but he is keeping the attention of Gerald across the map.
Yeah, ArT takes a lot of damage, takes a lot of hits, but he doesn't lose any Stalkers. Most importantly, he's able to maintain all of his Stalkers, able to maintain his DPS, and contain Geralt on these two bases. ArT also confirms that the standard location, the standard base, has been taken.
Yeah, he has confirmed that, and still keeping Geralt on this side of the map. Meanwhile, his god is able to finish. He will be able to saturate it soon, but he has to be careful about this adept shading away.
Yeah, again, there's a lot of pressure on Geralt to get damage done. Again, he's scattered the gold base. He's fully aware of it. And Geralt has options. He can try to harass the main or the natural. Regardless, damage has to be done, as ArT does fully wall off the ring.
I mean, might as well. Like, he doesn't really need an entrance spike because he will mine it out eventually. So this completely stops the adepts from coming into his bases, at least, you know, into his main base. And he only has to focus on the gold.
Yeah, exactly. As Gerald, he does find out the hard way that there's just a full wall off here on top of the ramp, and there is no way in. Meanwhile, ArT is now aware that he has to come back home, will defend against EDEPs. EDEPs are on the way, but ArT has plenty of time to respond.
Yeah, he has all these tokens. Actually, the ones that were attacking across the map are coming home as well, so he's making sure that the adepts do not escape.
Yeah, we'll shut them down. Blink is now done. Both adepts will fall, and Geralt is in a really rough position. Geralt, he's just behind in the economy, behind in the tech as well, as we're rushing towards charge, or at least ArT is rushing to charge as we speak. In water production as well, ArT, he's looking quite solid.
Yeah. And he even is able to blink into the gold base of Geralt, so he will be attacking with tokens from both sides at the same time, and I'm not sure Geralt is ready for that.
Yeah, nice snipe on the sentry. Geralt, he is able to keep up at least with a harassing force, but again, did lose the sentry at the natural base, and it's still contained. It's still stuck on two bases. ArT rushing to a third as well, so ArT not getting into a two-base all-in, instead just gaining map control and getting further and further ahead.
Yeah, at the same time though, Geralt is planning something sneaky on the bottom of the map. He is keeping his probe over there, so we may see some interesting tech there, but for now he's just going with tokens across the map, trying to see if he can put some pressure on ArT, but as we've seen, like, ArT is pretty well set up by now.
Yeah, again, Geralt, he needs to get some damage done. I mean, Blink is done, so we can try to dive into the main with that high ground vision. Meanwhile, ArT will respond. It does go for the warp in. Likewise, Stalkers are in position as well.
Yeah, but we have to keep in mind these tokens of ArT are quite low on health already, but they are just enough to keep Geralt at bay, and now with the Immortals joining in as well. Ooh, actually a lot of the Stalkers are going down.
Yeah, Geralt losing so many Stalkers here at the natural base. Has to recall back home, but barely does escape with any of them. Meanwhile, with that proxy, has a gateway so we can try to warp in across the map, try to harass the mineral line, and he needs to get some damage done. It just has not been good enough yet so far, and ArT has an overwhelming army. He will win in a head-on engagement.
Yeah, I'm not even sure if that harassment force is enough for Geralt, because I mean, ArT can move back and get some reinforcements here and save as much workers as possible. Meanwhile, Geralt is kind of struggling.
Yeah, I mean, two adepts will one-shot probes, so damage is being done. We're going to get a handful of probe kills, but at the same time, ArT is focusing on his move out. He has the immortal lead, but he's pushing into an overcharge. It's not going to be easy.
Yeah, at the same time, he is harassing the gold base of Geralt as well, so he's once again attacking on both fronts, and Geralt has to split the units that he doesn't have a lot of.
Yeah, he's forces with his attention, forces with his units. He is being spread thin between the bases. Overcharge was just popped, and ArT just has to wait it out. He waits out the overcharge before diving in once again.
Yeah, by the way, I think the adepts were cleaned up as well, so once again the base of ArT is safe, and ArT will try to attack once again, but there are a lot of force fields in the way.
Yeah, the force fields are thrown down. We go for the dive. We dive on the immortals. One immortal goes down. There's one immortal left here for Geralt and ArT. He's just overwhelming the ground army.
Yeah, he's just moving forward. He's sniping the shield battery as well. And he has still has two immortals to one of Geralt, and he will be just moving forward, sniping the units one by one. Even the probes are being pulled off the line, but it's not quite enough to hold this.
Yeah, exactly. We do have a dive on the left-hand side, and Geralt, he will snipe the prison, but GG gets called. It's still not enough, and ArT will fight back. We'll tie the series 1-1.
Okay. So we are having a tied up series. It will actually be decided in a best of one in game 3. In a way.
In a way, we're going all the way to the ace match here, and as you mentioned, it's going to come down to one final game between these two players. We'll look the way of Geralt or the way of ArT. Honestly, this could go either way. A really impressive style out of ArT here. He was in control almost the entire game, just because of the opener, because of the goal base. There was a lot of pressure on Geralt to punish it, and the moment that he wasn't able to, I mean, we saw ArT just skyrocket ahead.
I do wonder, because Dynasty is such a commonly vetoed map. Like, was ArT preparing this specifically for this map and was like, yeah, let's get it in so I can get that strategy out, or was like, how did it make it into the series?
Yeah, it's interesting that it didn't make it through that veto process, as usually it's not. Usually we do have our players going for something more standard. So yeah, it's an interesting choice here from Geralt to allow it through. I'm sure it won't let that happen again if he's up against ArT in the future. But now we're going to something a lot more standard, a lot more played out.
Yeah, definitely something more played out, as we will be loading into Oceanborn, which is I would risk a guess that this is the most commonly played map in current StarCraft.
Oh yeah. It is a very common map, and oh boy, we'll see what the plan is going forward here. We'll see if we do go for some proxies, some more standard games. I feel like Gerald has the opportunity here to spice things up as well, not just ArT.
I mean, definitely. Like again, I do remember that one tournament where Gerald just went all in on all proxy oracles every game. But we'll see if that's something that he's planning today. But for now, we are on Oceanborn. In the top left corner of Oceanborn, we have the first of our players. It is the blue Protoss from Platinum Heroes, representing Poland, of course. It is ArT.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the red Polish Protoss player fighting up, being forced into the ace match. Can he bring it back? Representing Sidestorm Gaming, it is Gerald.
For now, we have one probe on the map. Gerald just, sending his probe across. I mean, I assume this will just be a scout, but nonetheless, like, we never know. Maybe it will change direction.
No.
There is no probe from ArT, though.
Yeah, we do have Geralt going for a very early probe scout. So just being a little bit more anxious here, making sure he's aware of what's going on. Does confirm the 2-gate opener, does get eyes on everything in the main base. ArT's going for much more standard timing here with the probe and is skirting around the edge of the map. It looks like ArT is planning to go for a hidden proxy pylon, but it looks more to be a fake proxy pylon.
Probably, although you never know. It could still be like, I don't know, proxy dark shine or something. So we will just have to wait and see, as Gerald is also trying to figure it out, keeping that probe in the base of ArT, making sure that he can see that pylon when it goes down, but it's not there.
Yeah, he's looking for the pylon. First, he checks further back in the main. It's not uncommon for Protoss players to just hide it further back in the main base instead to force an overreaction, and it's going to be on Geralt to piece together what exactly is going on. We can see it is a fake proxy pylon, but Geralt is unaware of that.
Yeah, and I mean, after the previous 2 games, Gerald is a little bit careful about what's going on, because ArT has been quite spicy.
Yeah, he has been mixing it up quite a bit here, and the probe scout now coming in. ArT will confirm the locations of the pylon, so ArT knows that he is safe, and Geralt has yet to piece it all together, and there we go. He's forced to send out a second scouting probe.
Yes, indeed. And those 2 probes will be going around, making sure that there is no actual proxy on the map. The first one is staying close to the base of ArT, just seeing if there are any units coming out, seeing, yeah, exactly, checking on that base. And Geralt has seen the Nexus going down, so he should be a bit more, secure that there's nothing too crazy going on.
Yeah, now he knows that there's no one base all in. He's fully aware that there's an expansion. There could still be a proxy Stargate. That could still be an option. So Geralt is still on the hunt. He's still looking, checking the left-hand side locations here. Meanwhile, back at home, we just see Geralt opening up with a Twilight Council.
Yeah, once again, we see Twilight Council. Meanwhile, we see a robo from ArT across the map. So slightly different openings there for both our Protoss players. But I wouldn't be surprised if they come to the same tech in the end of the day.
Are you feeling Dark Shrine?
No. Maybe.
I'm feeling Dark Shrine. Why proxy?
Yeah, why proxy now? I mean,
why proxy?
Is working on Blink, but
we have seen Geralt go Blink into DTs. The hallucination just ran out. Did get eyes on the tech, and Geralt, he's going for the proxy gateway. Okay, just the gateway.
I will say though, that gateway is very far away from anyone, really. I'm not sure if it's really helping.
We'll be able to warp in across the map. Meanwhile, ArT did open up Robo, going Prism into Immortal, so a very safe opener out of ArT is going to be able to defend against any kind of early game aggression, and likewise harass across the map. Prism is moving out, and ooh, that is a lot of sentries loaded into that War Prism. Oh.
Sentry drop? That's something I haven't seen in a while. But this talk is so close.
He spots it.
Spots that the blink is not ready yet, so he has to just chase them, and the sentries are forced to be unloaded.
Oh, they are unloaded. The Prism takes a lot of damage, and there we go. Is forced to recall back home. The Prism at least survives, but the aggression is denied.
And I was so hoping to see the sentries drop. I have not seen a sentry drop in ages. I actually legit don't know what would happen.
We had something similar happen earlier today with ArT. It was ArT versus Gerald, actually.
Oh my.
Where, I don't know if you heard, but ArT in the group stage, they faced off, and ArT, he went for a mothership recall into the main of Gerald with sentries. And he force fielded the ramp. Yeah.
Okay.
And he killed Gerald. And ArT he smiled in chat.
Oh, that was that game. I just heard that smile part. Like I actually heard you talking about the smile.
Yeah. ArT, he did the smile emoji as the recall was going off into the main base of Gerald. It was very mean. It was very.
I can just imagine the heart rate monitor of Gerald just going, spiking up as he's just about to like get up and go to the other PC.
I mean, that game, I don't blame him. Gerald did not leave until his last unit was killed. Like he refused. As we do see the main army, as we do see the main army is going to be clashing here at the third base. Again, ArT initially his drop was denied, but with these two immortals, he should be able to hold on, and the third base is going to be able to get up and running.
Yeah, it looked like Gerald was trying to focus that war piece, but it was not really working for him. Like, every time he was trying to walk his Storkers in, like, the war piece would dodge, and then he would lose a lot of units. Like, just not an ideal situation for Gerald there.
Yeah, a little bit overzealous from the side of Gerald, has to pull back. His third base is getting up and running, though, slightly faster than the third base of ArT, so at least Gerald has the greater economy to afford some of these losses. Meanwhile, we do see ArT once again is going Glaive Adepts. He's going for a mass Glaive Adept immortal base composition, very similar to what we saw previously.
Yeah, that's a very interesting choice for Gerald for ArT to go for this again, but that said, Gerald's army is not that impressive, as we see that the Stalkers are falling down. Like, he does not have that many units as he had in the previous games, so this Glaive Adepts may actually be way more useful, but that said, he's going for Blink too.
I mean, it's basically a 2-base all-in. Like, there's no saturation here. ArT's cutting works at 45, so 2-base saturation, and he's moving out with 4 Immortals, Mass Adepts, and Geralt is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, he only has these Stalkers to defend. The Robo units are not here yet. Immortal is on the way, but it's not ready, and ArT is here now.
Yeah, the shield battery is exploded, shield battery goes down, and Geralt, he has to evacuate. He has to just pull away from the third base. There's no saving it, not anymore, not against this kind of army.
Well, Geralt actually decides to walk his Stalkers around. Maybe he will try to sandwich the army of ArT, but we'll see how this goes for him, as again, this many Immortals are definitely a lot of firepower.
Yeah, the Observer does spot the rotation, though, so ArT is fully aware of the flank. He does shut it down, takes down another Stalker, and you can see Geralt trying to set up that surround, but he's supply blocked.
Oh no. Yeah, all the pylons went down together with the Nexus, so now it will take a lot for Geralt to regain that supply. He cannot even make an army to reinforce.
Yeah, it does have the overcharge, does initially engage, does try to go for the surround, but last looks like Geralt, he's going for counterattack. He's going to try to catch some reinforcements, and we'll find some Adepts.
Yeah, we'll find some Adepts, but I don't know if these Adepts are all that crucial for this army, and he could really use more units back at home, as there are still those Immortals and Sentries there.
Yeah, exactly. As we do see, we do catch those 2 Adepts, but alas, ArT is fully aware of the army, does rotate. And remember, ArT, he has a third of his own. And now he's probing. Now ArT is probing up. Now he's just taking a greater economic lead. And Geralt is in a rough position. He's going for the Disruptor, though.
Yeah, he has recalled the Stalkers as well, but he's still at disadvantage. The Force Fields will definitely help fighting this army, but I'm not sure if that's quite enough.
Yeah, the Force Fields buy a lot of time for Geralt, so a very nice start to the fight for the Red Protoss player. Disruptor's about to arrive as well, and can we land that Nova? Depths won't be able to avoid it. The Blinkstalkers can, of course, but the rest of the army cannot.
Yeah, especially the Immortals will be very difficult for them to dodge, so that may be really good for Geralt there, but he has to actually get the Nova out, and no, the Nova doesn't go out.
Yeah, the Disruptor is going to be targeted down. We have a second Disruptor on the way. Once again, nice force fields. A lot of these Immortals are not actually fighting in the main engagement, but now they're slowly pushing forward, and the Stalkers are being pinned further and further back.
The Disruptor is about to go out. Can actually Gerald get a Nova? And after he does, will there be anything left?
It is going to be targeted down. Good luck gets called, and ArT will take the series 2-1, advancing on to the lower bracket finals.
GG. ArT in the end will take it. And yeah, this was a quite close series. Very explosive.
Yeah, GG, well played. We do see ArT popping off with the 2-base all-in, again with just massive Mortal Adept, and unfortunately Gerald just barely wasn't ready in time. He had potential with those Disruptors, but we saw that there weren't quite any big Novas that were able to connect, and without them, that was the one chance that Gerald really had at holding, at surviving there, and without it, ArT does knock him out of the tournament.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I mean, I feel like the Disruptors honestly were a bit too late, you know, because by the time the Disruptors started popping out, like, it was really hard to even get the Nova out, because whenever he tried, like, the Stalkers would just move forward and the army of ArT was just rolling into his base, and it's just really hard to get any good connection there. And yeah, in the end, it just wasn't enough for Gerald.
That was not enough with that. GG, well played. Geralt is going to be eliminated from the tournament. He's knocked out of the House Galactic Battle. And now we have our next PvP getting ready. It's going to be a PvP between ArT and Christiana. And of course, the winner will advance on the face-off against Spirit. So 2 series remaining here in tonight's broadcast.
Just 2 more series to crown another champion of House Galactic Battle. And again, I'm still very curious who it's gonna be. Is it gonna be Christianer defending his title? Is it gonna be Spirit coming back for his throne? Or is ArT just gonna, like, spoil their plans altogether?
It's possible. ArT so far is the only player that has taken a map off of Spirit in the entire tournament. So he might be the prince that was promised. You know, he might be the answer to the problem that is Spirit. It's possible.
Oh my, ArT the prince.
Okay, we're going to be going into a short break. When we come back, we'll have another PvP for you.
See you soon.